flexion, extension, right at the base. Here's another athlete with sore foot. First going to check, palpate for possible immobility, adhesions, checking the tissue state. Light pressure palpation, checking the superficial tissues, starting from the outer side, immediately noticing mid-foot problems, some adhesions here. Mid-foot hypomobility, it's not moving well. Pressing further. Here some fixation adhesions near the big toe. Again, mid-foot fascial restrictions. Good. Applying some lotion. Nice and light. From heel to toe, all the way. Both hands. Warming up the foot. Okay, tissues getting warmer gradually. Down and up, down and up, outer side of the foot, mid-foot, inner side, and to the toes. His toes also lacking mobility, especially extension. Extension is not complete. Fifth, fourth. Here's some third toe. Need to be mobilized. Second toe. Checking for the sideway mobility. The big toe. Returning. Starting the treatment. First the heel, moving to the midfoot, eventually making our way to the toes. Once again, adding a bit of lotion. Circular motion around the heel. 1, 2. Clockwise. Repeating the same motion. Increasing the pressure. Okay, slowing down. 1, 2, 3 movements. Straight down. Checking the attachment of Achilles tendon. mobility of the tissue at the base of the hip. Here we have beginning of our plantar aponeurosis. And go in reverse direction, counterclockwise. 1, 2, 1, 2. Flash it, and a bit more. 1, 2. Pressure. And the last one. Now, starting from the base of the heel, in the line of pinky toe, moving down, using our thumbs. Now we are in the midline, pressing down, going up. Light, down, going up, pressure, F-rush, pressure, F-rush, pressure, and F-rush on the way back. Wide and broad stroke. 1. Keeping the heel straight. 2, 3, and applying compression. Compressing the tissue. 1. Noticing change the color. Noticing color change. 2. And 3. Light flash. Circular motion, moving to our most problematic area, the midfoot, with just one finger hooking motion, checking the tissue, going across, really noticing some fixations here. Affleration. And using my volcanic stone tool. So here we have using my volcanic stone, the hooked part, going along the 5th metatarsal bone, applying gentle pressure, increasing it need to put more lotion. Here we are. Extra lotion and pressing. already feeling increased mobility of the tissues. Just confirming, noticing the color change, improving in microcirculation. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flourish, getting the longer part of volcanic stone, working on the midfoot. 2, 3. Strokes from the midfoot towards the toes. 2 more. Excellent effleuration. Circular motion and move into the inner part of the foot. Again, using our volcanic stone. Holding the heel and pressing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Effleuration with extra lotion. And now we're going for the heads of the metatarsal bones. Here. Again, first using our fingers, separating them and mobilizing. Mobilizing the first head of the first metatarsal, pressing down. Using the acupressure tool, the Vika point 1, 2, 3, and 4. Effleuration. Rolling it down, pushing the blood towards the toes. Good. And now separating the toes. Mobilizing. The fourth one. Third spin. Second. Pressing here. And the big toe. Applying some compression at the metatarsophalangeal joint, flexing and extending. Nice light pressure. 2, 3, 4, round motion, effloration, and treating each toe separately. Fifth one, flexion, extension, light traction. Second, we go for the fourth toe, flexion, extension, traction, flourish. The middle one, limited flexion, we apply traction, flexing, hyperextending within the normal limit, normal range of motion, traction, lateral mobilization, press into the head of the metatarsal, moving to the second one, flexion, extension, pressing, bilateral, continuous pressure, and again lateral mobilization, and treating the base of the big toe. First we do traction, very light hyperextension, continue traction, applying flexion, pressing on the base of the toe and the head of the first metatarsal. Slightly pulling it forward and relax. Okay, foot is treated. We just apply extra lotion and doing slow, wide, broad strokes, effleurage on the foot. With both hands. Gliding from heel to toe. Pressing. Very light pressure. Turning our hands upside down. Going back. 1, 2. 2. Midline. Outer part. Midline. Inner part. Gentle compression. Again. And just gliding over the toes. And returning back to the heel. foot of an athlete, as sore as the left one. Again, you're right away feeling the rat adhesion in the mid-foot and distal part. Right here. Midline. Fourth, middle, second, and even the first metatarsal bones. They have fixation, not moving well. Checking for the tissue, temperature, mobility, elasticity, palpating softly. Continue with the soft palpation, pressing, going up, noticing limited mobilities of the big toe, second, fourth one, and relatively hypomobile pinky. Starting with effleurage, applying some lotion. From the heel down to the toes. Press. Light pressure to start with. Going down and up. Down and up. Going around. Checking the base, center, checking the joint. That's where the heel bone connected to the tarsal bone. Pressing. Noticing adhesion right here and going up, applying stronger pressure on the heel, adding some lotion, and pressing. Down and up. Moving the tissues up, squeezing from both, pressing from both sides. Most proximal point, which is here, and release, compress, and release, compress, release. Noticing the color change. 1, 2, 3. Pressing down. And treating the fixation outer side, just at the edge of the heel bone. applying more lotion and using our fascial release tool, shape of a hook. Doing fascial release from the heel towards the toes. That's our motion. That's the direction we are going. You can see local color change. And checking for the tissue mobility. It has improved. Again, same direction. Longer strokes all the way to the head of the fifth metatarsal. Moving, making our way almost to the pinky toe, returning, checking with the hand. That's how we sense the changes, and then repeating the process. Really feeling that we are mobilizing the tissue, and the evidence is this change from white to red. That's how good our microcirculation, blood flow is compared to before. Even comparing to the mid part, here the blood is really moving through the tissues. Checking, it's getting warm. Moving our way to the midfoot. Applying some pressure. Compressing the tissue and then stretching. Compressing and stretching. Compressing and stretching. That's the way we release the superficial fascia. Compressing and stretching. And for the deep fascia, we go different direction. Edge of the heel towards the toes. One. That's how the fascial lines are positioned here. Almost following the line of metatarsal bones. 2, 3, and 4. Definitely notice some adhesions here. Adding some lotion. Making sure everything is smooth, and using the other part of the tool. First moving slowly. First we want to see how the tissue is going to respond to our treatment. And then pressing a bit harder. Seeing the tissue change the color. Applying the pressure and going to the head of the metatarsal bone. Small strokes, direction from the heel to the toe, heel to toe, and turning it the other way so we can hook around the tissue, press and release, and again applying more pressure, moving towards the big toe. So we are covering the first and second facial spaces. Moving down towards the fascia, towards the capsule of the metatarsophalangeal joint, returning and going again, and checking as always, checking with our hand, noticing how pink the foot is, and going last time with mild pressure, nice and smooth. Tissue is mobile, moving all directions under my fingers, pressing, returning, and a flourish. We are moving to the area of metatarsophalangeal joints. Pressing on the first one, second, third, fourth and fifth. Gentle traction. Good. At the same time, checking the mobility. We need some medial mobilization of the big toe. Using our acupressure tool. Levering it, hyperextending, while supporting the foot with my hands. And pressing right here. Increasing the pressure. Using my thumb, applying gentle traction with two hands, two fingers, just to show how it's done, like this, and releasing, hyperextending, flexing, once again applying pressure. Distal phalanx and releasing. Checking the mobility, which we see is increased. Now the toe is way more mobile. Moving to the second one. using acupressure tool, pressing here, right at the base, space between the second and the middle one. Gentle traction. Flexion, extension, with very gentle hyperextension within the physiological limits. Here we are. Traction. Moving to the third one, the middle one. Using the tool. Once again, pressing in the same space, base of the phalanx, right in between, flexion, extension, gentle traction. Flexion, extension, traction, flexion, extension. Here we need more work to mobilize, so I'm using the bigger part of the acupuncture stick, pressing, flexing, extending. Still we cannot get that mobility, so I'm working around the head of the phalanx, metatarsal bone, metatarsophalangeal joint, maximum flexion, physiological hyperextension, gentle traction with 2 index fingers, and release. Checking the mobility of the toes, effleuration. Side surfaces, that's the way to get maximum toe separation and mobility of the front foot. Rush towards the heel with both hands. Nice and warm tissues. Pink color shows us that blood flows freely. Feels soft and warm. As for now, adhesions cannot be felt anymore. Any direction we are moving moves easily. Immediately we see the color change. Skin color is changing. And once we remove the fingers, it restores the circulation almost immediately. Gentle compression. Once again, compressing the heel, soothing the tissues, remove moving, compressing, and removing, compressing and removing. Adding a bit more lotion. Round motions on the heel, going down towards the toes, pressing up, and down, up and down, and slowing down. It's just distal phalanges of my fingers. We are moving to the toes, slightly going up, down, and one hand is chasing the other. Interlocking. Almost like a combing technique. Sliding down. Very slow motion. Using just thumbs on the foot, sole surface, and our index finger on inner and outer parts